We still haven't found any resolution to the Dead 3, what happened to the gods and stuff. Oh, with us. End my adventure. Hold on, let me read the words of encouragement. Grateful words. Okay, guild letter. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from that doomed Nautiloid to the final blow you struck the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats awesome and terrible, the lives you've saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting, and thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius? Wait, is this not the Nine-Finger Guild?
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these?
Are you still salty about that?
One evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Oh my god. It's surreal. Letter from Art. To an old acquaintance.
Wish I'd had time to polish up the horn.
I write you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out, builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halsin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Daniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes, and as our old songs drift on the wind ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I am grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art Color. Valeria? Salutations! I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little Balian bash a half-year ago. Regrettably, I've had to take the credit for dispelling the Baal cult, in your absence, you understand. And I'm working on routing the remaining Baalists from our fair city with a newly promoted Blaze de Vela, Fountainhead in tow, of course. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elf Song. If you happen to be passing through with a bundle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence? Much obliged, Investigators Valeria, Sleuth of Helm. P.S. Any advice on getting Baalist blood out of my cloth? My hair's not been the same since the murder tribunal. Oh my god, why are you so annoying after all this time? I can't believe this. Harlep? Uh-oh. Since the timely end of Raphael's reign, I've gone back to Mephistopheles' palace in Kenya. Many of his father's court are celebrating the demise of my little brat behind closed doors. And I'm making a fortune selling evenings in his form now. There is no contract binding me to secrecy. Rather tasteless to desire a dead man like that, even amongst devilkind, isn't it? And surprisingly, you've proven quite popular bed-warming the denizens of the ice hells as well. Undoubtedly, you felt the echoes of ecstasy when I turned into you, yes? Many satisfied hellspawn. I was with a Gelugon the other night who was rather taken by how your surface flesh shivered, pushed up against the glacier. Oh my god. Here are some other reviews of your body my patrons have asked me to forward to you. So rare to find a not forked tongue in these parts, 5 out of 5. You really should have asked for the nails to be trimmed before memorizing his form, 2 out of 5. It gets frostbite too quickly and is unsuitable to exhibitionism in this hell, 3 out of 5. I hope you're enjoying Pleasure's Kick, your favorite incubus. Oh my god. I didn't need to hear that. Letter from Ravengard. Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute, the city is forever in your debt. For without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch, and that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes' near destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people. And I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allow evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Elder Ravenguard. Hey you, it's Arabella, you remember me, right? Bowman once said I needed to find balance, where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being, fancy talk. He was right though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out. So I followed a weave, like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beardman showed up, so the weave led him to me and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all these leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beardman. I'll let you know how it goes. Wait, who is this Beardman? Sounds suspicious. Edward. Who was this again? A small extract from a self-published polemic tabloid. A note is attached to the top. Oh, the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Former head journalist or something. I will not be silenced. Needling with Edward, friends Baldurians, my people, consider our loss, our lauded and benevolent patriarchs maimed, our great upper city libraries demolished, the very beating heart of our great city, the right to speak freely dead upon the cobbles. Do you not see, my friends, Lord Gortash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator, his allies and colleagues tossed aside, former publications of repute turning to conservative farces. I ask you. The pamphlet continues in much the same fashion. How are these grateful words, honestly? With us, you really should install a spam filter or something. Arasha Oblodra, my friend, no, my darling. Greetings from Minsobit Ranzan, where the blood you so kindly traded me is ready to play its part in resurrecting the glorious house Oblodra. From the moment I saw you, I knew you had power, and I knew I could harness it. I knew that it could be mine. Soon I would descend into the abyss my people call the Claw Rift, searching for my lost house in its depths. Will it be dangerous? Oh yes, most dangerous. But don't fear, darling. Your strength will see me through. I will find the ruins of my house, and when I emerge again, I will be as the matron mother of the house, reborn. All thanks to you. All thanks to the power in your blood. Until we meet again, my darling. Arasha Blodra, master of the sanguine arts. Sebastian? Who's that? Oh, it's Astarion's thrall. After so long in a vampire cell, I'd almost forgotten how to write, never mind what to write. But what can you say to the person who unlocked your cage and gave you your life back? Or gave us some kind of life at least? After you killed Cazador and opened our cells, we fled into the Underdark. There were thousands of us, a ravenous wave, mad with freedom and out for blood, and gods did we find blood. We swarmed every monster and unfortunate in our path, drinking what we could. We lost hundreds along the way, some to beasts, but most just disappeared into the dark. It wasn't easy, but eventually Cazador's house spawn calmed us and took control. They found some old ruins we could call home, and we've been there ever since, building new lives for ourselves. We're not free down here, the dark will chain us forever, but we aren't the prisoners we once were either, and that's thanks to you. You looked in our cages and saw people, not monsters, and here, down in the shadows, we're trying to live up to that. Thank you, now and forever, Sebastian. Floric. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and again at Joaquin's Rest, in Moonrise Towers, in Worm's Rock. And still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage. Yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve from the elf song I heard it, singing. A raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. I'd never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and were replaced with something more valuable, hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric. What? Even after the Netherbrain's defeat, you still doubted me? I mean, okay, it does sound a little bit unbelievable, and you don't want to get disappointed, I guess, so you just assume the worst. From the Gur to the spawn Astarion, greetings from the family of Ulmar, hunters of monsters and keepers of peace across Faerun. We know this letter finds you well, for although we hunt you no longer, we do sometimes keep a watch. Your restraint and control over your bloodlust has been admirable. Indeed, it has been an inspiration for our children who have struggled with their own hunger. These last months have been a difficult time for our people. We have protected and nurtured our children as best we can, and we have learned much. Herbs we once used to dull our foes' minds are now sedatives to ease hunger and pain. Restraints built to hold the undead now protect them from themselves. There has been a lot of pain, but a lot of progress too. Our children learned discipline and control, while we learned compassion and patience. Oh, that's so cool. There was a time when we wouldn't have destroyed any undead creature, our own blood or not, and called it a mercy. But then we met you, we saw that redemption was possible. Difficult, yes. Painful. But possible. You saved our children first from Cazador and then from us. For that, we thank you. We will watch you still, but with more admiration than fear. Walk in peace, Astarion. Oh my god, Astarion, the hero. Who would have thought? Alfira? Hello friend, I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Lacrista was working insane hours at the Elf Song Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging up outside it. A plaque with your and Lehala's names on it, and School of Music beneath. I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bards from Candle's Keep to Waterdeep. Lacrista had to quit the elf song to help out. I'm teaching night and day and falling to bed utterly exhausted every night, and I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometime. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfira. Wait, you named the school after me? And Lehala, whoever that is? Who is Lehala? Barkus. Oh no. To whom it may concern, Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing. Well, I considered it. Return address included. Best Barkus route. Okay. What about Wolbren? Do you... I mean, is he okay? No idea. Damon? Hey there, would you mind passing this on to Karlach? Thanks, Emil. Karlak, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way, thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you? Please. Yours faithfully, Damon. Oh, that's so cute. But I think Karlak is now with Will. Elminster? Gale, my boy. I can only apologize for my absence from Wither's little gathering. As you know, only the most urgent of business would keep me from indulging myself in this excellent taste in sweetmeats. And your esteemed company, of course. Wait, you know Withers? I was delighted to hear that you came to your senses with regards to that cursed crown, and delighted yet further when I learned that the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense, at least, I hope you feel Mystra treated you fairly. I trust you're enjoying your adventures. I have to say I struggle to picture you outside of Divata Deep, or your library for that matter. Wherever your escapades take you, be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one never knows when an old friend might drop by. Elminster. Nocturne. Wait, who's that? Dear Shadowheart. Oh, Shadowheart's former cleric, Shar cleric. I hope that you are happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by Shar's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery that you did, and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe, and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again, yours always, Nocturne. Oh, this is so sad. It almost seems like Nocturne had like a crush on Shadowheart. But she's not as brave as Shadowheart. She can't just leave the life she has known for her whole life. Voss. Githyanki script Tiesu adorns one side of the page, the other is written in the common tongue. Shalak. Orpheus may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlaakith's death draws nearer. I have taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to Crashes, dedicating themselves to our cause as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not all call themselves children of Gith. What the heck was that? Halsin, are you okay? What happened? Were you burning? What happened? Maybe I should hurry up. They do not all call themselves children of the Gith. Zereth Menya Gith, the Githzerais God King, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable, but with the Githzerai at our side, not even the full force of the Githraki could stop us. If Vlaakith is to fall, perhaps the two skies must again be made one. Voss, Revrical Torpheus, Knight of the Comet. Oh, Hope! I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me. And I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long as I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery, the boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am hope, and I persist because of you. Aww. We really need to visit her as well. Marina. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author, it's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags. But you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ears off, it's to say thank you for saving a sick, scared young girl who thought she'd be a tarot mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pines are on me. Marina. Wow, so heartwarming. So wholesome. Zevlor. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priest pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still. Along with the other veterans shuddering at the temple, discards of Elturel's unworthy legions, I watched that monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it, power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, but that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can, Zevlor. The Emperor! My ally. Inefficient as written communication is, it will suffice to cover the distance between our minds these days. I write to express my regret that I will not attend your celebration, though I thank you for thinking of me. I have not forgotten you. As I move to restore my influence, I shall be sure to call upon you when the need arises, and I hope that you will respond to such a call. Ours was a very beneficial partnership, and I see no need to curtail further opportunities to collaborate. Your friend, the Emperor. Partnership? Come on, we're friends, you know? Friends. My goodness, that was a long read. Halsin, what happened to you?
You cannot bear to be apart from me, I see.
Was that a bear joke?
Oh no, perish the thought. I can barely imagine stooping to such barefaced pun-mongering. The children's sense of humor is rubbing off on me, perhaps.
Oh no, the dad jokes. Okay, let's talk to Withers. And end our adventure. Oh, scroll circle of death. I don't need this anymore, right? A mind flayer parasite specimen. A missive in Wither's hand addressed to some unknown entity. Though you understand the alphabet, the script, and the words themselves, the meaning eludes you. You glean only the impression of dark sun and white sky and an offer. Perhaps a warning. Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate. For my adventuresome muse, our fates are bound, my wisdom vast. I dearly hope our kinship lasts. Deepest affections, Volothem Gedarm, poet, artist, servant, etc. What follows is the most thorough and accurate account of the city and people of Baldur's Gate, the sordid gem of Sword Coast. V. This volume is startlingly accurate, save for the nonsense about the Black Dragon Gate. It is not alive, no matter how many vagrant hags claim otherwise. Commission someone else to draw the map. E. Oh no, he's been enriching the truth. Or something. Book of Willing Souls. A neat list of Baldurians and the deaths that befell them. Beneath an annotation from with us. Souls snuffed out in the battle for the Baldur's Gate. With us? Okay. Perhaps some might deign to return, should the city ever have need again. Severin Ortholo, crushed by a falling roof as he held the door for others to flee. Nance D charged a mind flayer that entered her granddaughter's room, died with her second-best scissors in his eye. Barely Quickflint brought an Ortiloid down over the bay. Seems like he's interested in people who are either heroes or did something against mind flayers. Arcane cultivation. Well, we don't need that anymore. Holy water. Oh, that's a crypt. Do you sleep in here or something? Potion of animal speaking. Yeah, we should speak to Scratch, right? Case file number 846. Baldur's Gate vs. Flynn Silver. Case for prosecution. Master Silver did, with forethought and without malice, kill William Lister and Simon Simi Trent at their home as part of an ungodly ritual to honor the Dead Three, or one of the Dead Three, the gods Bane, Baal, or Myrkul. Case for the defense. I don't know nothing about any gods. All I know is Bill and Simi were trying to cut me out of our deal, and they got what they had coming. But those symbols and stuff, and how their guts was arranged, I don't know nothing. Verdict guilty. Sentence death. Why was Withers keeping this, I wonder? Gold pendant. The Unclaimed. I think we've read this. Okay. Let's talk to Scratch real quick.
Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again?
I'm so glad to hear you've fared well since our travels together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Wanna play fetch?
Do you even have to ask?
But what can I throw? My sandals. Here, fetch. Ah. Did he give them to me again? No. Where are the sandals? Just vanished.
Good song, good company, and good wine from the looks of it.
Okay. I think it's time now. What is Wither's role in all of that? He is so suspicious.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I can't help but feel some things have been left undone.
If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine.
Very true.
Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
To the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
And that's it! The credits roll. Oh my god. This was such a long journey. It was, yeah, a long journey, but a very fulfilling one. First things first, this game. It was crazy. This game has definitely surpassed all of my expectations and even more. A lot of things came together very well. The story, the writing, the gameplay. Did I mention the music? Making this truly a masterpiece. Okay, let's talk about the story for a bit. So, I think there's still some open questions or like unanswered mysteries. Let's call it that. Like in the end, we didn't even know the motivations of the Dead 3, and Withers implied something akin to, the gods, the Dead 3 do not get any benefit from all of this. So why are they doing this? Yeah, it's kind of weird. And Withers himself clearly has a connection to the Dead 3, right? I mean, sounds like he wanted to foil the god's plans or something? I don't know. Maybe he was like the former god of death, or there was a god who's been pushed away or something by the Dead 3? Not sure. Yeah, the story was great. In Act 1, you had a clear motivation, right? You get a tadpole in your brain and you need to find a way to get rid of it. Of course, all of our leads ended up in like nothing, but it was a clear motivation for us to continue and to move on. And we found about the Absolute. So the first real villain probably was the Absolute. I mean, the Absolute, the Netherbrain is still the villain, the main villain, right? But with uncovering that, we also uncovered that actually Catherick Thorm is the one pulling everything from behind the curtains, along with 2 other conspirators. And in Act 2, we then had a very specific purpose to defeat Catherick Thorn. And in the end, we found out like Catheric Thorn is actually the chosen of Merkel, like one of the Dead 3, and there are other chosens of the other gods. Like, it was crazy. Somehow the scope of this whole adventure became so, well, astronomically big. It was crazy. And us uncovering this whole thing is really nice. And in Act 3, we were like hunting the other 2 chosens. And in the end, the fight against the Absolute, wow, that is against the Netherbrain. And also everyone we helped along the way in our adventure, everyone helped us in the end somehow. Gave us more actions, gave us support, gave us more conditions. It was amazing. Like, it just felt everything had like a purpose that we did. And I feel it's very heartwarming. It's so wholesome. About our companions, first of all, they've been written very well. At first, everyone were really abrasive, like rude, racist, and stuff. And in the end, at the party, you can feel like everyone was, man, am I glad to not be as terrible as I was before. Something like that. Okay, I mean, Will is probably the perfect one out of everyone. Gale has like this power-hungry undertone. Yeah, Sarah had that power-hungry overtone. I mean, it was really obvious. Shadowheart was really secretive and doesn't want to open. Lae'zel, just really racist. Well, Shadowheart was also racist. Like, everyone was just okay, we need to stick together because we all have a tadpole and that's all we have in common with each other. But we did it somehow. We kept everything together by not failing saving throws and stuff. And I think in the end, it just feels really amazing when we gather together and realize, oh wow, we're really good friends now, even without the tadpoles. Yeah, and all the companion stories, companion quests had like some ties to the main story. Like Shadowheart has her thing with the Night Song, which we needed to destroy Catherick Thorn. Yeah, speaking of Night Song, where is Dame Aelin and Isobel? Where are they? They were not at the party, they did not write me letters, like, what happened to them? Aelin just left in search of her, I don't know, after this inexplicable sadness she had. Oh well. Karlach, was employed by Gortash previously and has been sold to Avernus, to what's her name? The Archdevil? Well, never mind. And Gortash was one of the chosen, right? One of the big villains. Astarion. Actually, Astarion's story was not at all related to the main story. Yeah, I guess. Will had a story with Ravengard, his father, who's been taken by Gortash and tadpoled. A very influential political figure. Gale had his ties with the Netherese crown, the crown of Karsus, that sits atop the Netherbrain. Yeah, this whole Netherese thing came into play like that. Yeah, Lae'zel was one of the Githyanki who was sent to attack Shadowheart and her crew, right? Who stole the Astral Prism. Yeah, I think in the beginning, okay, why were Shadowheart and Lae'zel on that ship was because Shadowheart was sent by the Sharon Enclave to retrieve the Astral Prism. And Lae'zel was sent by Vlaakith to get a stolen artifact back. Right? And Gortash sent the Nautiloid to also get the Astral Prism. So that's how everyone kind of met. Well, the three of them, I mean. The three parties converged into one point. And the Emperor was on that ship and used that opportunity to slip into the Astral Prism. Yeah. Everything fits very well together. I love it. Yeah, not only you could really feel the character growth of our companions, but you can also see how everyone's relevant to the main plot, well, except Astarion. Now, yeah, one thing that was quite disappointing is, well, yeah, Isobel and Dame Aelin. I'm pretty sure Isobel not in our camp is some kind of bug. Yeah. And Dame Aelin's story, I'm not sure what happened to that. Also, we had in our camp Yenna with her cat, and she wanted to cook for us, but never did. So I don't know why she's there. That was a little bit disappointing. I feel a little bit sad not able to do anything about Karlach's situation, about fixing her engine. I think Karlach's story, while it was good, but it wasn't as extensive as the other ones. As I understand, she was put into the game relatively late. But yeah, I feel there's a missed opportunity there. Also, very disappointing is we couldn't get Minsk as a companion because Jahira is not with us. That is sad. But I guess that's a reason to replay this game, right? The replayability of this game is just incredible. The story structure is very non-linear, within the acts. So I guess this must have been hell to develop. Must have been a nightmare to develop all of this, because you need to guard every dialogue under checks. Did the player go there already, and do they know this piece of information already, and stuff like that. So I am in awe of all the decisions, small decisions you can make and still have them matter later. Yeah, and that's why also the number of possibilities is so high, because you can just if you do them in another order, then it's completely different, right? It's a combinatorial explosion. And yeah, because of this difficulty to do that correctly and completely, you notice there are some bugs or like plot holes inside the whole system. Right, when I went into Baldur's Gate, I asked one of Mo's kids where Mo was, even though we had no idea where Mo was. She was kidnapped after all. And the kid just said, oh yeah, you know, she's been busy, but she's here. And I'm like, what? Like, how can she be okay? We don't even know. I mean, she's been kidnapped and all. So yeah, these things happen, I suppose. Speaking of bugs, there were also smaller bugs, I suppose. For example, they made it so that like any scene can trigger like anywhere sort of thing, or with any state. So some dialogue scenes just broke down completely because one of our members, who, for example, Hausen, when he was a bear, he just blocked the view of all the people talking, so that wasn't ideal. And yeah, gameplay-wise, it's been very fun. You know, I love these turn-based game mechanics. You need to think a lot, you need to be strategizing, and I love it. It's something that modern action-adventure, like non-turn-based in real time, can't replicate. You just fight and hope you can beat them before the enemy beats you, right? But in this game, yeah, you really need to think about positioning, strategies, like what kind of spell do I need to use without hurting my friends and allies and stuff. I find that really, really fun and also, yeah, intellectually challenging, I guess. And it's also fun that, you know, like, since this is a systemic game, it has like a systemic basis for everything, like all the spells, all the effects on other people and stuff. You almost know exactly what will happen when you do something. So you can like predict already what people are gonna do. And that's what makes this game so much fun. Like, this magic system and like the systemic base, let's say, consists of a lot of different interactions already. And when you pile them up like that, it just explodes in possibilities, right? But they're all very predictable. You definitely know what is gonna happen. When you throw stuff, you know exactly how big will the area of effect be and where exactly will the spell land. And all the spells have this explanation on what kind of save the enemy needs to do, how many damage it will make, what kind of damage it is it cold damage, is it thunder damage, fire damage, and stuff like that. Yeah, I enjoy the gameplay a lot. The only complaint I have is maybe that it takes so freaking long to play, to finish one battle. But I guess it's the nature of a turn-based system. You need to think a lot, so one battle will be longer. But I do have some complaints I have to do. Like, sometimes the game just... I mean, Dungeons and Dragons version 5e is such a complex system, right? And you just can't, like, me as a beginner, I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't know at all the rule sets and stuff. The game makes a really good effort to explain everything to you, and I'm very grateful for it. And I think they've done a good job on an impossible task, basically, to explain how D&D functions. But sometimes some things are just weird because, yeah, for example, in Act 3, when I attacked with the Starion, used up an action point. It also used up a bonus action, which I can't explain why. It was just so unexplainable. And I'm sure the game had a good reason for doing this, but I was just looking through all my spells and all of my equipment to find out which thing is doing that, but I couldn't. So yeah, it's very complex, I must say. And I feel as a video game, to make it palatable for a wider range of audiences, I do think you need to make some kind of simplifications. I get it, the source material D&D 5e is not something you can just simply change, right? It's probably written in a contract that all the rules must be implemented as faithfully as possible or something. But yeah, I don't think video gamers are accustomed to all of these rules and stuff. But I must also say that the rules and their exceptions make this game really, really fun. Yeah, about gameplay, or as a video game. As a video game, I think this game really lacks some basic stuff that I expect from any modern games. For example, accessibility settings. Why can I not make the UI bigger for everyone? It's just super small on my screen. I don't know why. I mean, it should be easy to just have like a setting to make it bigger or something. Or why can I not move my character with the keyboard? I don't want to click on my mouse to go somewhere, or it just feels so unnatural as a gamer, you know? It feels very old-ish, like those old CRPG games. I mean, I guess this is a CRPG game, after all. But still, I mean, yeah. I think on a console, you can walk with the character using your joystick. I wish they would do something on a PC as well. Don't know why they didn't. Also, some fonts, you can't make them bigger. Like certain scrolls, the font size are just really small. I mean, there are font size options in this game, but some scrolls do not follow the settings. For example, the Githyanki disc. You know, the inventory system, I wish they could organize the inventory automatically. I don't want to click sort by type every time I change something in my inventory. It's just so annoying. The inventory system is my biggest gripe about this game, maybe. It's super annoying. I wish they would just do things automatically. Also sort them into pouches. Like, the pouches inside your inventory is quite buggy, I must say. Sometimes you can open them, sometimes you can't. It's not ideal. But I'm glad there's a search function. This is also the first time I've seen something like this in a game, like search your inventory for things. And I definitely think they need something like this, because it's a pain to look for items in my inventory. I didn't really understand the barter system when you traded with merchants. The merchants never accept anything other than the prices they put out, so I don't really see a point in them. Yeah, just trade with them. Yeah, some weird things here and there, some minor bugs, but overall this game is still a masterpiece, I would say. Additionally, the music, it's just so great. I mean, I don't know what they did to the music of this, but it's just so good. I'm listening to the soundtrack like in real life as well, like at work, when I'm going shopping. Like, the more I listen to the music, the more I appreciate how good it is, you know. So really great. Hats off. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say about this game. I wish I could just erase my memories and play this game blind all over again. It's just so good. Maybe I'll do another round. Maybe, you know what, maybe I'll do another Let's Play as The Dark Urge. But not like a Let's Play in a traditional sense, but like a cut version, maybe? As The Dark Urge, where I'm playing a psychopath dragonborn and doing all the evil decisions and stuff. Maybe that would be fun. But first, I think I need to have a rest. Take a break from this game. There are other games to explore. My next project will likely be Black Myth Wukong, which is something I've been looking forward to. Chinese mythology, always great. The Journey to the West, hilarious source material, and probably the prototype of all anime tropes or something. Also, I've been itching to play Horizon Forbidden West when I heard it will come to the PC. That is also something I look forward to, because I played Horizon Zero Dawn on this channel before. Yeah, if you're interested in these things, please subscribe and don't forget to like the video, of course. I hope you had fun watching this Let's Play, and thank you for bearing with me to the very end. This was Yishn signing off. Bye!
To say wanted in. Oh darling, get me drunk and make me feel it's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do and I still want to live.
I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death.
Cold as death.
I feel your heart beat in my soul, our futures bound, our bodies know. Your blood like wine, I want it in. Oh darling, get me drunk, invite me. It's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do if I can only leave. I can't go yet, don't let me die. I'll never stop until I'm done. But just tonight, maybe I'll rest in peace. I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. Cold as death. I hear your heart beat in my soul, our endings bound, our bodies know. I can't go yet,
Don't let me die,
I want to live.
my only one. There's more to do if we can only live. The clock won't stop and this is what we get.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Wow, he's just mocking them like that?